Hi everyone, Erin again. This time we're going to be taking a look at the web application called Popplet. Popplet advertises itself as a mind mapping tool, and the more I've played around with it, the more awesome it is, and I'm actually looking forward to having it as an option for students to create presentations in my class. At the moment, we're not a one-to-one school, so it's not something I might use for, let's say, brainstorming or things like that yet. But in an online learning environment, this would be an awesome tool for student collaboration. And we're going to take a look at what types of collaboration this would be utilized for. For Popplet, when you sign in, you come to a screen that looks like this. This is my home screen. You do have to create an account using your email address and a password. So all students would need to create an account beforehand. Looking at this, the first thing I want to show you is that any Popplets that I have created are listed here in the bubble format, kind of like an icon format. You can also change that list to look like this, depending on your preference. Taking a look over here, they do give you some example Popplets, so I thought we'd take a look at an example Popplet really quick. This one is entitled Facts About Earth, and you'd see that each one of these popples, in the middle there is a picture of the Earth, and then stemming from that picture are facts about the Earth. And the nice thing about Popplet is you can change the border colors to make them stand out. It also puts the name of the person who contributed that popple. So in a collaboration setting, you would actually be able to see who contributed what. So we're going to go back to my home just by clicking home there. Here's another tab. There are so many Popplets, public Popplets that have been created. You can search by most recent or most popular, but we're going to strictly just take a look at how to create a new Popplet. So I'm going to click on Make a New Popplet. When you click that, it requires you to create a name for your Popplet. And mine's going to be about Harry Potter today, because who doesn't love Harry Potter? You can choose a color for the main theme of your Popplet, and I'm going to choose red. You can always change that later, and then you just click Make It So. And now when you open it up, you see your title up here, and you've got your different functions listed. And here where you click on that red is where you could change the theme, background theme for yours. So we're going to go with orange instead. Joke's on you. No, I'm kidding. And what we're going to do first, when you are in here, you can double click to create a popple. The popple gives you several different options. So this allows you to change the color. Say I want to make it, I don't know, blue to stand out. You can change the background color. You can just type text. You can actually draw in there, which is pretty cool for answering questions, especially in a math setting. You can clear the drawing. And you can also upload images. To add an image, you can browse Vimeo or YouTube, or you can put in a URL for a video that you'd like. I'm going to kind of skip that step because I don't want any videos in today, but this would be a great way for maybe as a class, if they created some sort of video that was uploaded to YouTube, you could create a class Popplet for them to post their videos, and it's kind of a collective resource for all of the videos and for students to watch their peers. I'm going to just add a picture from my computer, and the first thing I'm going to do is upload a picture from a screenshot that I took from Popplet. And so just find that on my computer. The nice thing, oops, there you saw something I didn't want to show you yet, is that you can make the image as large as you'd like on your Popplet. So I know I didn't mention pricing before because I knew I had it in a picture and I wanted to use it as an example. So there are 3 different plans that Popplet offers. The first plan, which is the one that I signed up for, is the free plan. It allows you to have 10 Popplets. You get all of the features, and of course it's free. So at the beginning where you saw I had 1 Popplet created, If you would get to 10 Popplets and you'd want an 11th, you'd have to erase or delete one of your other Popplets. So the nice thing is it's not just 10. It means that you can store up to 10. So you can always be erasing or deleting Popplets and continue to use the service. They offer a monthly plan of unlimited Popplets with all of the features for $3 a month. Or if you're somebody who knows that you're going to use Popplet all the time, you could save a little bit of money, about $6, and purchase the year plan for $30 a year to have unlimited Popplets. I didn't look into it a lot, but they have recently released Popplet for Business and Popplet for School if it's something that your district would be looking into as an option for all school teachers. So I'm going to go back and make this smaller. All you do is click on the arrows and drag. In order to delete a Popple, you just click on the X here and it'll ask you, do you really want to delete this? And say, yep. So now we're going to move on to actually kind of creating a very quick Popple centered around Harry Potter. So again, I can click on this. I'm going to upload an image from my computer that I've already saved, and I'm going to upload an image of Gryffindor. So let's say my whole thing was about Harry Potter. I could have Hogwarts in the middle. I've got my Popplet. All you do is click on it to drag it around the screen. I've got my Gryffindor one. I could also add text to the bottom of this and just maybe type Gryffindor, even though it's already listed in my picture. So I've got that there. As far as the text, you can also change that to make it large, medium, small. Stick with medium, change the kind of layout there. If I wanted to branch off of that, you could click this arrow and it'll make another Popplet. So for this one, let's say I wanted to put, I'll put one of the characters, let's see, who I have Hermione. And so now I've added a picture of Hermione. You can add the text here. Oh, and now it's merged. You can have them merge. You can have them overlap. You can delete a link. You can recreate the link. Oops. You can recreate the link by dragging the link there and move this all around, and it still stays connected, which is very nice. And that's why they kind of advertise it as mind mapping. It's a great way for organizing your thoughts, brainstorming, things like that. I could add another link, another Popplet, and this time I'll upload another student who's in Gryffindor. We'll just go with Harry himself. I've got that. I can make him a little bit bigger, the window bigger. I can move it down here. Makes a nice web. This would also be great for grouping different things, categorizing vocabulary. Another thing that I read in the blog that I thought was interesting, I know I'm going probably off topic, was to create these for your English language learner students to provide images for, let's say, key vocabulary. You could post the vocabulary words here with a picture and their definition, and students could a great way for students to visually see their vocabulary terms, things like that. Now I would like to move on. I think I've pretty much talked about most things here. I can add more Popplets. I can drag this all around anywhere I want, zoom in, zoom out, things like that. Oh my goodness. There we go. But now I want to focus on how to share and the collaboration piece. I mean, we can all do this. This is important, but I want to show you what it's like to share. So you just click on the share over here. You can make it a public, or you can make your Popplet public, or you can add a collaborator. When I click collaborators, they're the only people that can edit it. So just by making your Popplet public doesn't mean that people can edit it. In order to add a collaborator, you'd need to know their name or their email address, so they'd already have to have an account. If they don't have an account, it's going to prompt you to invite them to join Popplet. And you'll notice over here, I created an account for one of my other email addresses, and it actually lists collaborators that you've worked with before. So that's kind of nice. You can just quickly ask them to collaborate on this if you've already got them over there. So I thought that might be nice at the beginning of the year when you're introducing this tool to just kind of have all of the students share with each other, and that way the student list is already there for any time they work in groups. And then that would enable people to work at the same time. So that's pretty awesome. And you can also use a link to make this public, embed it, and post it on Facebook or Twitter. The only other thing I wanted to share quickly was that when you're ready, you could also save this. You can choose different organizational, make columns, change the width. This gets very, very complex. You can add more content. And the other thing that I thought was nice is that you can export it as a PDF, or you could print this out as well. So if it's something that a student created and that they'd like to take, they can print it out or export it as a PDF. Just trying to pick up the pace here a little bit. Another part that I liked was that if students used this, and I haven't talked about the table on 5.3 yet, but this focused on a lot of the collaborative strategies or the types of collaboration that students could be doing. As far as sharing resources, it could be asynchronous or synchronous. They are sharing their resources, posting them here, brainstorming, again, asynchronous or synchronous, depending on if a student was doing it out on their own or if they were working together in a shared Popplet. For reflection, I thought this would be a nice reflection piece. I could post kind of a comment or a picture and have students post their reflections or thoughts about it, things like that. Going along with the reflection, students could be asked to comment on other things. So let's say I'm looking at this Gryffindor Popple. I click on it and there's this little chat blurb here. When I click on that, it actually only focuses on that Popplet, and the student who clicked on it can type a comment like, ooh, I'd definitely be in this house, or so and so, right? Okay, I'm not going to waste your time. And then you add a comment, and it allows you to keep adding comments. But when you're finished adding a comment just on that Popple, you can click on back to main right here. It takes you back, and this little bubble that now is always here tells me that there's a chat, there's a little comment there. So I could click on that, and it would show that Aaron commented on my Popple for so and so. So I thought that was another really great collaboration tool, that students could comment on specific Popples. So if it was a class Popple, let's say they had to post their own Popple and then comment on two of their classmates' Popples, things like that. Again, product development, students could work together to create their own presentations, as well as demonstrating mastery. In a classroom setting, I could see this, I mentioned before, as brainstorming ideas for a project. I would like to use it in an online setting to kind of post like an exit ticket type deal, where I post something from class that we talked about, an image, just a little excerpt of text, and have students post their reflection of the class period and then comment on two of their classmates' Popples as well. So I thought it'd be a really great collaborative tool that way. But at this point, I just see the possibilities are endless for this. So hopefully you enjoyed, and I look forward to using Popplet in my classroom. Thanks.